Good afternoon, Thrifty Adventurers. I hope everybody is doing well. It is me, Laura. I am here for another What Sold video from this weekend. If you're new to this channel, hi. I go over all of my numbers from last week, and then I will show you my sales from this past weekend. Good, bad, ugly. And I am a full-time reseller, mom of two, and this is what I do full-time. So anyways, last week me and my husband bought this huge lot of Department 56 items. There was some other stuff. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. The guy I bought it from, his mom needed to get out of her house, so he was selling her huge lot of items. With the U-Haul that I had to rent, I spent about $900 for all of the pieces. I have not counted everything yet, but I think I have about, I don't know, 200 to 300 different pieces. I did buy a few other things as well while I was there. So I do have a lot of that stuff. I listed all of the ones that were not new, but in their boxes. So I listed all of those last Thursday and Friday. I still have about 11 totes of other stuff that's loose and some other random things. So I do have a bunch of Department 56 that you'll see that has sold from this past weekend, but I do have a lot of other stuff as well. So I sell a big variety of items. I do these videos honestly just so you guys can learn. This is how I learned. This is how I grew my business. So I try to give back and help you guys. So if you could please subscribe, comment, give me a thumbs up so I could reach out to more people. That's what this all is for. And that's why I do it. And if you also want another opportunity to learn, it can join me over on, I'm pointing like it's over there or something, on Facebook under Thrifty Adventures. I share a lot of Disney tips because that is a lot of what I sell, along with a lot of other things. It's one big happy family over there. So come on over and join me there. Other than that, let's jump in. You know what? I just realized I did not write down all of my numbers, but I think I have some of it memorized. So from the past week, I had about $2,200 in sales. I think I had like 72 items sell, which is a lot higher for me. I had like, I don't know, I think it was like 40 items that I shipped out this past weekend. I don't have 40 items to show you. I do have a bunch, but I did not put all 40 on here. I sold some items on Mercari, one on Etsy, one on Poshmark, a whole bunch on Facebook, and a whole bunch on eBay, which are my main platforms. And I think it was like $300 in cost of goods, about $300 in fees. My average sale price was about $29. I think I had a profit of just over $1,500 for the week. So it was not a bad week, but I did list like 20, 30 items on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So it was a lot of work. So that brought people to my store. So I was happy, but it is not a normal thing. I cannot sustain listing that many items because I will go crazy. But let's jump into it. So I had a pair of vintage Cherokee pants. These sold on Etsy for $29.95. I have sold these, I think, twice. I think this is either the second or third time I am selling these. They were returned before for size because, I don't know, people don't know how to measure. I do have measurements of clothing in all of my listings, but it is what it is. So I got it back and I listed it, and it sold within a few days of me relisting it. I bought these for $1. They were a part of a huge a bunch of bags of clothing that I got from a family friend, so I paid her $10 per bag of clothing. So it's actually probably a little less than $1, but I averaged it out to about $1 a piece. So those are gone, and hopefully they stay gone this time. Next is a Sweet Memories Disney photo album. I've talked about photo albums a couple times in the past. my past videos. They don't sell for a lot, but they normally sell pretty fast for me. My daughter normally will pick them up. So this I got for $2 and it sold for $12.26. Next is a Department 56 item. So all the Department 56 items you see here are the ones I bought from the lot. I've averaged them out to about a cost of goods of about $4. It might be a little less. I don't know how many listings I have left from what's left in the like 11 totes I have left. But so far we're at about $4 a piece. So this was Theater Royale. It was all Heritage Village collection, which is the older Department 56 collection. This is, I'd probably say, one of the lesser value ones. The newer ones, the Legos and the Caribou Coffee and all those fun novelty ones that they come out with now are worth a little bit more than these older ones are. But they do still sell fast, and you can still get some good money depending on which ones they are. They always have a number on them, so you can look them up right from that number. So an easy look up for you. So this was Theater Royale. This sold for $17.16. Next was a Lily Pulitzer cooler. This I got at Savers. Actually, my husband saw this one and picked it up. It was brand new with its tags. It was $12.99. I always have 20% off at Savers, so 20% off of the $12.99. And it sold for $40 plus shipping. I always add shipping to all of my listings. It's all calculated in there. So that is not included in the price that I tell you here. So that was for $40. Next is a Disney dinosaur coloring book. This was an older coloring book. Vintage coloring books can sell for a good amount. This one sold for $8, so nothing crazy there, but I got it in a big lot of coloring books at an auction. Some of the coloring books sold for $40, $50, Haunted Mansion ones and different ones. So always look for those old coloring books. These were not colored in. You do want to look for that. People do like them to be in good condition. So these were not colored in or anything. I probably spent about 50 cents on it. Next was another Department 56. This was a Wong's, I think it was like a Chinese building. I think it was Wong's Chinese restaurant, something like that. So this one sold for $58. Next, I'm going to go through these Department 56 ones pretty fast just because I have a whole bunch of stuff here. So I don't want to sit on each one and bore you guys. So we're going to go through these kind of fast. Next was a Town Crier. This was an accessory set. This one sold for $8. Next is a Dickens Village candle shop. This one sold for $25. Next was one of my Disney 3D plates. I've talked about these in the past couple of videos. I got these at an auction. This one was a Mickey and Minnie Mouse wedding one, and it did come with its box, and it sold for $37. I spent $12 on the plate. Next was a vintage Benetton sweater. I've had these sweaters forever. I bought a whole bunch of them at Savers probably a year and a half ago. And I sold a couple of them and the rest have just kind of sat. So I got an offer of $22 and I grabbed that up because I want these gone. A lot of vintage clothing does well for me. I don't know why these didn't do as well. It could be because they are a smaller size, which does hurt in clothing. The bigger the better as far as sizes go in clothing. But this one's out and now it is gone. Next, another Department 56. This was Alpine. I think they were like Alpine Village Travelers. This one sold for $12.86. Next was a big lot of accessories that I had in one of the boxes or totes that I got. I decided I didn't feel like listing them all separately. Yes, I could have probably made a little bit more, but I knew they'd sell faster this way and I just kind of wanted it gone. So big lot of accessories, and these sold for $51.56. They were not all Department 56. So that's why I kind of just lotted all of the miscellaneous ones together and out they went. And I'd still averaged that out to $4 for all of them because I did it. I did an average of $4 per listing, not per item. So it was still only cost me $4. Next was this Carlsberg bottle cap beer sign. It was plastic. This is probably not a good buy on my part. Like I said, good, bad, and ugly, I show you guys. So this one I got at an estate sale for $3. It was nothing special. I thought maybe it would be. So I grabbed it. It did sell within a couple weeks, so that was nice. At least I didn't have to sit on it long. So it ended up selling for $15. I got an offer for that, and I decided I didn't want to sit on it forever, so I decided I'd just take the offer just to get it out of the house. So $15 and off it went. Next was a vintage Barney comforter. Barney can be a really good seller depending on the item, and I always do well with vintage blankets, and this one was brand new. I got it at Savers for like $8. And I ended up selling it overseas. A lot of vintage blankets and character stuff does well internationally, and I do ship directly to them. So this one was $70, and then they paid for shipping as well on that one. Next were some Ralph Lauren women's pajamas. These I sold for,
Hi.
Okay. Sorry. He has to interrupt at least once in my videos, or it's not one of my videos. Next was a Ralph Lauren women pajamas. This was 2-piece pajama set. I got them at Goodwill. I spent $9.99. I don't normally spend that much on pajamas, but I figured it was new with tags. Ralph Lauren's a good brand. I thought they'd sell fast, and that's kind of why I got them. They were in the men's section, but they were women's pajamas. And these did sell within just a day or two of listing it for $31. So it was a nice quick flip. Yeah. Yes, go ahead. Sorry. Mother duties are calling. Here. Sorry. The joys of being a full-time mother and reseller. Sorry. Alright, next was another Department 56. This was a lamp lighter accessory. This one sold for $15. This one sold pretty fast within just an hour of me listing it. So off that went. Next were 2 Pokemon travel cases. Pokemon has gotten really hot. So if you have any of those items, you definitely want to get them listed. I've had these in my store for about 6 months. But they sold for $23. I got them at a garage sale for $1. So I was happy to get them gone. I do have some Pokemon cards I got from that garage sale as well, so I got to get those and listed. So like I said, anything Pokemon, get it listed. Next were another Department 56. Holiday Travelers. This was a little accessory. $12.50 that sold for. Off that went. Next was a Lily Pulitzer tote. This one was, I don't remember if it was new, but if it wasn't new, it was in like new condition. I know it was really well done and, or really good condition, not well done. And I got this at Savers for $2.99. I think it was one of those totes that you get with like a perfume purchase or something like that. But Lily Pulitzer seems to do really well for me, so I still picked that up. And it sold for $21. Next was a Golden State Warriors windbreaker jacket. I like to pick up a lot of sports stuff, jerseys and jackets, things like that. I got this for like $2 at Salvation Army. They normally sell pretty fast for me. Golden State Warriors is a pretty big basketball team. They're very popular. So this sold for $32.76 within about a month of listing that. Next was Disney Pongo from 101 Dalmatians. This was a Vintage Plus. This had a lot of staining on it, which I did put in pictures. I put in the description. So they definitely knew that that was there. And it once again it goes overseas. A lot of vintage Disney will go overseas. It sold for $28.66. Vintage Disney plush, especially those older different characters, you definitely want to look out for those. They do well. This was only listed for like, I'd say a week. I got it at an estate sale for about $2. And like I said, that sold pretty fast. Next were some Cole Haan shoes. I do well with Cole Haan, so if it's less than like say like $6-7, I normally will pick them up. They normally sell pretty fast for me. So these sold for $30 within a couple weeks of listing them. I got them at Goodwill for $5. Next were silver brand jeans. Now, I don't normally pick up jeans because I just don't know jeans that well. But these seemed like, I've heard of this brand. I was at a bag sale and I needed to fill up the bag. I saw those, so I figured, I averaged it out. I spent like 80 cents on them. I figured I would grab them. I don't know if it was because of the brand or because of the style. The style was Gordie, Gordie. But they sold within like an hour of me listing it on Facebook for $45. So I'll definitely have to keep looking out for these. Definitely want to look out for this brand and this style. So silver Gordie. Next was a Harley Davidson t-shirt. I don't normally pick up these t-shirts, and Savers always have them up high. This one was $8. And they don't normally sell that well, but I loved the design of this. The tie-dye design does so well that I figured I would still give it a shot. And I picked it up, and it sold within just a couple days on Facebook for $33. So definitely look out. It's not always just about the brand. You want to look at the different styles of the item as well. Next were Red Wing boots. Sorry, my kids are loud. Red Wing boots. This brand, I always do well with Red Wing. Even if they're not in the best of condition, they are normally worn outside or they're work boots. So guys don't normally care if it's not in perfect condition because they're going to get all messed up anyways. And they're expensive brand new. So these ones I got for $12.99 at Savers minus the 20% off. And they sold within a few days on Facebook for $75. And then last but not least was a Lisa Frank folder. Lisa Frank can be great. It's highly collectible from the 90s. They did come back out with it. So you want to look for the vintage Lisa Frank. And how you can tell is if it has a capital L and a capital F. I'm talking one moment. A capital L and a capital F. The newer stuff only is all lowercase. So you don't want to get that. But the vintage stuff you definitely want to grab. So just 1 2-pocket folder. I got this in a storage locker. So I barely paid anything for it. And it sold for $25 for a folder. So definitely look out for that stuff. That is everything that I have. I did have some over the Department 56 items, but I figured I showed you a bunch already, so you didn't need to see all of it. But if you have any questions, please let me know below. Subscribe, give me that thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great week. Go have yourself a thrifty adventure, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.